So he's actually signed. Sanchez has left Arsenal Football Club and he's gone to Manchester United, something we didn't see happening a week ago, but it has happened. But are Man United fans pleased with this? And is this a good move for Manchester United? First of all, are you pleased? And secondly, are you still shocked at the fact that this has sort of come out of the blue like it has?
Short answer is yes and yes. I mean, First of all, Alexis Sanchez, for me, he's in the top 5 players in the Premier League probably still. Last year, he certainly was. He scored 24 league goals. He was just outstanding at Arsenal. And he is one of the best finishers in the Premier League. Man United, we had a big problem last year. We didn't score enough goals. That's why we signed Romelu Lukaku. And all of a sudden, we've now signed another Premier League proven, world-class, hungry for titles striker. And I think that's probably the crucial thing. Alexis Sanchez, he scored plenty of goals at Arsenal. He won the FA Cup a few times, but that's not what he wants. That's why he's moved.
So the deal is, before wages, when you add up signing on fees, agent fees, the fee itself, it looks to be around 60 to 65 million pounds. Do
Bargain.
you think, is that a total bargain for you?
Absolute bargain.
I mean, the transfer world now is these kind of amounts of money are crazy, but this is a guy who is 29. He's getting close to being 30.
Yep.
And you spent a lot of money, and you're hoping that he's going to be great for the next 4 years.
I mean, for United fans, it's very easy to look at what we want Sanchez to be. Ron Van Persie, Mark II. When we signed him, he was roughly around about the same age, maybe a year or so younger.
Yeah.
Van Persie scored 30 goals in his debut season, won the title in Fergie's last year, was outstanding. And Arsenal fans didn't want to see him leave, but they unfortunately had a bad contract situation with Van Persie. United took advantage of it, and we've done the same thing with Sanchez. Swooped in, you love that word, don't you? And took him from City, because he was on the way to going to City. But the crucial thing is that Manchester United, our problem this season hasn't been scoring goals. I think only Spurs, Liverpool and City have actually scored more goals than us. Our problem now is closing that gap between United and City, and stopping Sanchez going to City is a huge way of clawing a little bit of room back. And I think that's why it's such an important signing.
So let us know in the comments if you agree with this, but you feel like it's almost like there's a sort of double sway there, if that makes any sense, from not just strengthening a rival who is pretty clearly better than you at this moment in time. You've actually taken a player from another rival. It's a triple swing.
Whammy.
Is a triple swing a thing? Probably not. But that is a great point to make, isn't it? That it's you're not just bringing in a world-class player. You're bringing in a world-class player and taking him away from 2 other clubs.
I mean, just imagine right now if we were sitting here, we wouldn't be sitting here. But if Sanchez had joined City, and then all of a sudden United are looking at them going, "Oh my God, they were already better than us already."
Yeah.
Now they put Alexis Sanchez on top of it. The gap would just be a chasm, and Mourinho would have so much to sort in the summer. This, Alexis Sanchez, crucially as well, eligible to play in the Champions League.
It can't all be good though, because Alexis Sanchez, this has been a saga that's gone on for 18 months now. Are there any concerns when it comes to him coming to the football club? Obviously, there's a lot of money, but I don't think that's a concern for any United fans with the amount of money that Manchester United have.
Yeah.
But him being 29, his form this season is not great. 9 goals. He's been out of form. I think a lot of people are attributing that to this whole saga.
Yep.
Would you go along with that?
I would agree with that. Obviously, there's going to be concerns from some fans about his attitude because, is he a negative effect in a dressing room when things aren't going his way? Potentially. But a man like Jose Mourinho will not accept that. Mourinho he's got an even bigger ego than Alexis Sanchez, and he won't let that dominate his dressing room. He's already got Pogba in there. He's already got Lukaku. He's got big players with big egos. And at Manchester United, the manager has to control that. Fergie was the king of it. And Mourinho's got to do that with Alexis Sanchez.
But I guess with Sanchez, it's well known that he is high maintenance as a footballer, or he certainly was at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you're right also in saying that Mourinho's not going to stand for that. Is there a possibility that these two could clash? Because he hasn't managed to.
Absolutely. I mean, when Mkhitaryan comes, if you look at Mourinho's record at United, majority of his transfers have been hits. I would say probably Victor Lindelof and Mkhitaryan are the two where you could question, but you're looking at Pogba, Bay, Ibrahimovic. The other signings have been fantastic for the club. I'm hoping Sanchez falls into that category. I've got this niggling thought in the back of my head that tells me if it wasn't Man City who were going to sign Sanchez, would Mourinho and United have even gone in for him? Say Sanchez were going to Bayern Munich, Would we have been so desperate to go in and try and snag him? And maybe not, because as you say, you would only be getting the play, but you wouldn't be taking him away from your rival at the same time. Yeah. I think that was a crucial part of it, because remember this Mourinho, Guardiola, Mourinho's ego knows no bounds. Every United fan accepts that, but he can use it as a strength. And I think in this situation, he has, because we've got Alexis Sanchez. I mean, United fans can't be upset about that.
No. Let's move it forward then. What does this mean for Manchester United on the football pitch? And how is it going to affect other players in the team? He's played 13 games this season in attacking midfield, just behind the striker, and only 4 games out on the left. Where do you see him playing for Man United?
I think Sanchez's best season at Arsenal came last year, 24 goals, and that was when he played either centre forward or left wing. Right now, if I'm looking at Man United's attack, the only 2 positions I would say are fixed are centre forward and left wing. We've got Romelu Lukaku. He's been in the... He's had a dip of form, but at the start of the season, he was firing on all cylinders when we had Paul Pogba in the team and providing. Lukaku is not a great footballer, but he's a great goal scorer. Lukaku won't be creating chances, but he'll score it if you put it on the box for him, just there, and he'll score. Yeah. Alexis Sanchez can help bridge that gap, because right now, Man United are very dependent on Paul Pogba. That's the biggest problem we've got in attack, and something that Sanchez can do. He creates as well as scores, but where he's going to play, I'd probably hesitate to say number 10. Bit unfair on Jesse Lingard, who scored like 8 goals in 13 games, but United's positions that we need strengthening, number 10 and right wing. I don't really see Alexis Sanchez playing right wing. I mean, technically he could, but I don't think he'd be getting the best out of him. I'd rather see him in a number 10 position.
And so with any transfer, especially when you're spending big money on a transfer, they need to be playing football. It's Alexis Sanchez. He's going to play football. Yeah. So what does this mean for the likes of Martial, the likes of Mata, and as Lingard, as you said, and even Rashford as well?
Yeah, I think...
Who's in trouble?
I would say Mata, out of probably the most in trouble out of all of them. Mata and Lingard and Rashford as well. Rashford's been, bang out of form this year. The only players who really have sort of lived up to it and shown their potential for a consistent period are Martial and Lukaku. And Mourinho's not going to bin Lukaku and play Sanchez centre forward. He's not going to bin Martial and play Sanchez left wing, or maybe he will. Maybe he'll rotate a bit. I would say there's no player in that team apart from Lukaku who is guaranteed to keep his place. Everyone else is going to be... It's healthy. Competition is healthy. And with United being we're still in the Champions League, as I said, FA Cup, obviously, we do need players in certain... And Sanchez is versatile. He can play across all front 3 positions and centre forward. And I think, again, that's another reason why he's such a good signing for United.
So let us know what you think. Where does Alexis Sanchez fit into this Manchester United side? Spent a lot of money, but they've got their man. Arsenal fans, how are you feeling about this one? Selling to Manchester United has got to hurt a little bit. Again, it's got to hurt a little bit. If you're new to the channel, then hit subscribe. Let us know your thoughts. Hit that like button as well if you're feeling generous. We'll see you soon.